Aloha! Welcome back to episode 22 of the RIP Reading is Phenomenal AP Lit podcast. I'm your host, Maggie, and we're starting off with chapter 2. And so basically it opens up with the director and his students entering the nursery and conditioning rooms. And the imagery that is used in the beginning of the first paragraph, one of the first paragraphs, really, it paints the scene as utopian. It's bright and sunny and open. It's an open-filled room with just one window. Well, just one, not just one, a wall that is just a window. And it's filled with nice nurses in white jackets and put-together hair who are placing roses and flowers on the floor. But then the author describes the petals looking like cherubs. I think that's how you say it. Cherubs. Cherubs. Cherubs who blew too many horns or too many trumpets and were now pale as death. That description right there told me that this nursery was not the cute flower petals and nice nurses it seemed to be, but something much deeper, and it was just embedded inside of it. Something deeper was going on here, like when the director ordered the nurses to bring out the children. And these children were of the Delta caste, which is the second to last caste, last level of the caste. And these children were also made from the Bakhnatsky process. Bakhnatsky. Oh my god, I can never. We're going to say Bokanovsky. We're going to call it the B process. And basically this is a process where they clone one embryo possibly up to 96 times. So the Delta caste wears khaki colors. They're the second lowest caste. And so we said before the nurses were spreading petals and also books on the floor. And then they would release the children and the babies would go chase the petals. And then once the petals were reached, the nurses would electrically shock the babies. And eventually the babies would grow up to hate books, which stimulate creativity and intellectual being, and also botany, which is kind of weird, but it's because by nature's very nature, it's free. It doesn't, and that kind of like idea of freeness, it doesn't increase consumption of goods, which drives an economy. So this is actually just another way that we begin to see how people are conditioned really just to drive capitalism and the economy. It's just like all puzzle pieces working together to drive this capitalistic system. And so next we're introduced to the second highest class, the betas, who listen to a message in their sleep over 100 times, over 30 months, until they know it word for word. And this process is called hypnopaedia. And this message basically says that they are smarter than deltas, gammas, and epsilons, but they don't have to work as hard and aren't as clever as alphas. And this is the first introduction of hypnopaedia, which is a process that I can foresee having an even bigger role in later parts of the book. And basically this chapter really covers and just demonstrates how everyone is programmed to be the same in their caste. And people are they're programmed to function so that the economy functions the way that, some higher power wants it to. And it really begins to dive deeper into why people don't reproduce anymore and people are only made through factories. And we're kind of seeing it's because of capitalism and to drive the economy. And so, yeah. That was my analysis of chapter 2. A real great read here. A lot of fun. So thank you for listening. Hope to see you next time, and adios.